Good morning, everybody. It is 9:30, um, Wednesday, June 15th. This is day 6 of 100 Days to Brave. I know I'm a little early, but I wanted to chat with you a second about cleaning your palates before we go into today's lesson. So, if you use these palettes, they're very easy to clean. You just let the paint dry in the cups, and then you use your fingernail if you have one, and then you just peel it out. See, peeled, take it out, and then you have a new clean cup. And then when it gets really funky or dirty or whatever, you can run it under soap and water, soak it, and the paint will come out as well with a little scrubbing. But for the most part, this is how I clean my cups. So, um, just a little tidbit if you're using paint and these. Um, so I can still use this one for a little while. I hope you guys are enjoying this 100 Days to Brave. Uh, I can't believe we're on day 6 already, but we are. So I wanted to read you something before we go on to the reading as well. This is from a friend of mine, and it's so powerful, and it kind of goes into today's lesson. Um, but my good friend is Selena, and she says, "You're so cool that God only made one of you. Think about it that way. Loving yourself and having confidence is the most attractive thing, ladies. Stop putting yourself down and comparing yourself to women who use 40 filters and plastic surgery. Just stop and speak love into yourself. Speak loud to yourself the way you needed to be spoken to when you was a little girl, or speak to yourself the way you would speak to your daughter or daughters. Don't let your kids hear you speak negative about yourself. Then they will start doing it to themselves." I think that's huge, very powerful, and um, in a way that most of us need to hear. One of the photos she used is start talking positively to yourself. No one is you, and that is your superpower. So I will post those later, but I think that's huge for us ladies, even some men who don't believe that we're um, enough. We are enough. We're all enough, all of us. And regardless of whether or not you had plastic surgery or not, we are all human, and we all need to be better about how we talk about us. So, the lesson today is the lies you believe. Scripture is Genesis 3 2 4. And the woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden, but God said, you shall not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die." But the serpent said to the woman, "You will not surely die." Did you get all that? Eve was the first woman deceived by words, but not the last. God had said one thing, Satan said another, and Eve fell for Satan's lies. Sin and shame enter our world, and Jesus paid for it with his life. See, your struggle to separate truth from lies is something that every human wrestles with. It's hard to believe truth if your mind is flooded with confusion and false stories. And Satan is the one who is always trying to kill, steal, and destroy. That's from John 10:10. Satan is a liar. I know you know that, but I want to say it again. He is a liar. He wants to defend you, label you, and stop you from being brave and doing the work God has for you. When Satan lies to you, for instance, you've got zero talent. You begin to swirl that around in your head. She's better at this than I am. I'm definitely the dumbest person in this office. Soon, lies to yourself lead to lies about others. Have you met the new office manager? Not very smart, that one, because you are hurting and insecure. You hear a lie, you treat it like truth, and it begins to define you like a label. And then you act out of that label. It's a vicious cycle that can be treated by a heaping dose of truth, the real stuff. That's why I love the Bible. In His Word, God has already given you all the labels you need, and that's how we learn how to treat ourselves and each other. Friend, it's time to stop listening to Satan's lies and labels so you can hear the truth. Now, that's huge and powerful, and something we do a lot of. Even if we don't realize it, but we do it. I'm guilty of it. So many I know are guilty of it. But, it's like that cartoon where Satan's on one side and an angel's on the other side, right? And they're fighting with each other about who you're going to listen to and who's telling the truth and who's guiding you. Sorry, Tigger made a noise. So yeah, I think we all are guilty of that. We're all guilty of listening to Satan rather than listening to God's words and the truth and positivity, because He knows we don't need any help in that department, but we need to do better for ourselves. So read the story of David and Goliath, 1 Samuel 17. What are some labels other people gave David? Which ones were actually true? I don't have my Bible out here, so let me go find it. So that's a long verse. I'm not reading all of that. You all can read it on your own, but I guess the verse is 17, so I'll read that. One day Jesse said to David, "Take this basket of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread and carry them quickly to your brothers and give these 10 cuts of cheese to their captain. See how your brothers are getting along and bring back a report on how they are doing." David's brothers were Saul and Israelite army at the valley of Elah, fighting against the Philistines. David kills Goliath. "Don't worry about the Philistine," David told Saul. "I'll go fight him." "Don't be ridiculous," Saul replied. "There's no way you can fight this Philistine and possibly win. You're only a boy, and he's been a man of war since his youth." But David persisted. "I've been taking care of my father's sheep and goats," he said. "When a lion or a bear comes to steal a lamb from a flock, I go after it with a club and rescue the lamb from its mouth. If the animal turns on me, I catch it by the jaw and club it to death. I have done this to both lions and bears, and I'll do it to this pagan Philistine too, for he has defied the armies of living God. The Lord who rescued me from the claws of lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." That's a really long verse. Oh my goodness. I think I'm in the wrong Bible. Oh, that makes more sense. Well, you know the story of David and Goliath. If you don't, you can read about it. I mean, it's a really long chapter. So I'm not going to read it, but you can go ahead and read it on your own. Hi, Marion. I hope you're doing well. Maybe I'll start at 9:45. Would 9:45 be better for you all? Maybe 9:30 is a little early. I'm an early bird. Like I could go live at 6 or 7. That might be too early for you. So basically, this is the story of David and Goliath, about what are some labels people gave David and which ones were actually true. Oh, 9:45 would be better. Okay, I can do that. I could even possibly do 10 o'clock, but sort of like 9:45, because then we're done by 10:30, 10:45. So I'll do that tomorrow. So this is the lies you believe. And this is, again, what Satan does and what Satan says and what's not true. And it's about believing yourself and also not believing lies of others. So, and being more positive. And that's learning to listen to the truth rather than listening to the lies. It's hard to believe truth if your mind is flooded with confusion and false stories. So basically, that's what today is about. And you can go back and rewatch the beginning. I kind of chopped it up with the David and Goliath story because I don't really want to go into a Bible study per se, but I want you to understand what being positive is versus being negative. So this is from yesterday, and this was creating and taking the jump and doing. So today is about being positive in your life and not going with the negativity, even though Satan's over here yelling at you and saying, oh, you're bad, oh, you're not good enough, or you're ugly, or whatever, you know, and you're not any of that. You have God on this shoulder saying, you're beautiful, you're powerful, you are your own superpower. We are all super, and we all wear capes of different colors, shapes, and sizes. So that's kind of it. And Selena, my friend, wrote something on Facebook last night, which was very powerful. And the fact that we cannot compare ourselves to others. We are who we are. Some of us struggle with weight. Some of us struggle, you know, with one side of weight and the other side of weight. Some feel they're too thin. Others feel they're too fat. But the world sees us how we carry ourselves. I've always told my kids, my daughters, lift your head high. Act like you know where you're going, even if you don't. Because the ones that don't know where they're going are the ones that end up in trouble. Even if you don't know where you're going, act like you do. The head held high, shoulders back, walking with purpose. Most of the time you're left alone. Don't look scared, even if you are in a strange place and you're lost. Kind of same with life, day-to-day life. So I think today, I don't know, I have like a big like sunburst of colors and then like a heart in the middle. And then Monday, I'm giving you guys time to get supplies. But Monday, I would like to do a, let's see what Monday is. I would like to do a mixed media of paper and glue. So I'll give you time to get stationery together or sheets of your favorite music, which you can find on Google, and you're just cutting them up. Or you can get sheets of music. And like this paper came from Michael's in their stationery section. And sometimes their paper, your favorite paper, is on clearance. Like those I got for 50 cents a sheet. Or maybe you have stationery or old fun napkins in your house. Use those. We're just cutting them up and making a collage of sorts. And then we're going to paint over it. So, like your favorite stationery. And we're not going to paint over all of it. I'm going to figure out what we're going to do, but I think it might be along the lines of an angel, maybe. Something positive. So a figure that's positive, that kind of represents the light of the world. So today I want to do burst of color, like starburst of color with a heart, a dotted heart in the middle. So that's what we're going to do today. Because hearts mean all kinds of things, but one thing for sure is hearts are positive, they're good, they're happy. So we're going to do that today. So just something quick and easy, but something you can play with. And then I want you to write positivity around it, positive words, you know, about what you think positive is, what you think positivity is. I want you to write those words. And you can do a quote, you can do just words, or you can make it into a story for yourself. And for yourself, or to share with others. Because the more positive we have in this world, the better. We've had enough of the other. I'm not even going to talk about it. You know what it is. We need positive power in this world right now. So I'm going to put you down. I'm going to use pencils and my twistables. Okay? So either one, or you can use crayons. If you have crayons, use crayons. I guess I can show you how the crayons would work. But I'm kind of going to do a bright, happy colors. Bright, happy colors are good. Similar to what we sort of did yesterday, but not a flower. Oops. Always seems to happen. So I'm going to bring you down. Hopefully I didn't drop you. These are crayons. And I think I'm going to turn it horizontal. I have my shake. I'm going to have my glove. This does help my shaking. Just kind of have to get it on. One-handed. So we just have to figure out what we need to do for ourselves to make ourselves better, to make ourselves create better. So I'm just going to make literally just a starburst. Maybe your starburst looks different. Excuse me. I need new allergy medicine. I've been trying Flonase, which I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. So we're just making a starburst of colors. And you can do as much or as little as you want. See, even though bad things happen to good people, we can't let that deter us from being positive and living life. And even we lose people along the way, and that's okay. I mean, you know, there's a season for people in your life, and sometimes it's a small season. Sometimes it's a bigger season. But at the end of the day, it's what you need. It's your life. Don't let somebody dictate it. Don't let somebody change your values because of how they are. So give your arm a workout. But see, these twistables have the consistency of a crayon, even though they call them pencils. I don't understand that. See? I'm getting a workout. Journaling is simple. It's just simple. It's simple work, simple words, but it's putting your mind at ease. I'm going to tell you, since I started this with you all, I'm sleeping better. Probably because I'm working with you to be our better selves, is my guess. I'm sleeping much better. I was dealing with a lot of nightmares, like every single night. And it was because I couldn't put my mind at ease, I think. At least that's what I've been told. And then one more color. Kind of sort of looks like a rainbow. Let's see. A darker purple. I like my pastels. They're just very hard to write on because it's dust, basically. So unless you clear coat it, it's kind of very hard to write on. But this box of crayons was 99 cents. I mean, it's Crayola, but I'm sure you could find another box of crayon that's less expensive if you need it. Art doesn't have to break the bank. But art should make you feel better. See, I like the twistables because it's like holding a pencil. Getting a workout. I feel it. My shoulder. There is our Starburst. This has to come off. If I shake today, I shake today. It's very heavy, that weight. It's supposed to help the shakes, which it does, but for this, it's hurting. I don't need any help with pain. But that's a story for another day. I'm going to put the crayons back in the box so they don't get broke or lost. But you know, that story is that if your crayons break, it's okay. They still color the same way. So that's sort of like us, even though some of us might be damaged. Oh my God, you scared me.
What? Did you get my text?
No, I'm live.
No. I'll see you later. Love you.
Love you. Husband just scared the crap out of me. He just walked in the door. There's no lock on my shed, so don't tell anybody. I just want him to put a lock on the door. Okay, so now we're going to make a heart. Any which way, or we can make a couple hearts. Maybe we'll do like a heart, sort of make a 4-leaf clover. No, we're doing hearts. So we're going to take a I think we'll take a Sharpie. It's okay if it has black. So that's a heart. So it kind of looks like it's following the pattern of the colors, but not. And so we're going to dot them in. I'm not going to use really a specific color because I sort of want the starburst of color to shine through. But I don't know why he came home. Just that periodically comes home. He don't work far from home. And maybe we'll do I did use the white pearl. One day I will show you palette knife work. I think I'm going to teach a class, though, an actual class on that, because some of you may need supplies, and I will need to send them to you. But I like palette knives work just about as much as I like dots. So, what color? Color shift blue. And pink. Or red. Whatever you got. Has anybody ever taken iodine I had a doctor doing iodine. I've never heard of iodine. There's a supplement. There's pink. My kiddos are driving back home today. They were in Illinois for a week. And now they're coming home. And they're on the road. And I hope they are safe. So, I have a daughter. So, a daughter in one hand and a, like my apron is full of colors. A daughter in one hand and a paper towel in the other. So I'm just going around with white pearl, and again, it's your imagination, it's your art. You do what you want. This is sort of a guide if you want to do this. And you just follow along the lines of the heart. And so I'm doing the white all around the heart. And then I'm going to add pink on the black lines of the heart, the outline. See, I don't recommend pencil because you can't really go over pencil after you've dotted, truthfully. And then we'll just go in and put purple or blue. I like color shift because it's not heavy bodied, opaque paint. You get the idea. And then you could do the next one in purple around the heart. And pink inside. And then white. Just pick 3 colors. They don't have to be these colors. It can be different colors, greens, yellows. You decide. But this is the gist. A starburst with hearts. Because hearts are positive, I think. And then we'll do white on this heart. I like the pearl mediums because they're glossy, they're iridescent, they don't have like a huge metallic presence like metallics do. They give you just enough. So we're just doing around the heart with opposite colors. If you don't have color flash, that's okay. Here's what you got. The goal is to make it pop of what you want it to look like. And that's not exactly Mandela, but it's close. Mandela is circles and circles of hearts. That's what Mandela is. Her circles and circles of dots. And hearts on the brain. Sometimes you don't even have to wipe off your daughter if you're just going into another color, complementing color that's going to land on your page anyway. And I didn't switch daughters this time because the more paint you have, the bigger dots you get. So that's it. That's it for the dots. Then we're just going to write. So this should be fun. Maybe I should have written first and then done dots. So you are enough. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You are enough. You are loved. sometimes by many, sometimes by one, but you are loved. Maybe you don't have a family, but you have a pet. That is some unconditional love right there, is a pet. They love you no matter what. Sad, mad, happy, they love you. So, what's it? Pharrell? What's his name? The song Be Happy. My dad used to love that song. It's about being happy, no matter what. And he had cancer. And he still remained happy for the most part. I don't know how he did it. The rest of us were pretty sad. But he was happy. Truth. Or be true. So you kind of got to write sort of if you stick your hand down like this, you will land it in your dots. So maybe do your words first and then your dots. Or wait till your dots dry, or write funky like I do and just write around it. Content in yourself. Superhero. I bet you are a superhero to many. Even if you don't feel like you are, you are. People look up to you. Power, basically, of positivity. Sort of did that wrong. So this could be like your cape, like this heart's in the middle. Could be like your cape, like each one represents a cape of who you are, what you want to be. Be content. It took me a long time to be happy in my own skin and a long time to believe that I am enough. Because we have suffered from depression and anxiety and all that mess for a long time. And I know people talk smack and talk crap about me, and I don't care, because you know what? They don't know me. They don't know who I am. They don't know where I come from. They don't want to get to know me. They just want to talk a whole lot of smack so they feel better about themselves. We cannot let that define us. We cannot let that in our psyche. Who cares what they think? They are obviously not content with themselves if they have to trash talk others. So don't believe the lies. So that's really it about today's lesson. Today's lesson is don't believe the lies. Believe the truth. Believe that you're enough. Believe that you have something to give the world. Don't believe the garbage. So don't let Satan win. Let God in. Let Jesus guide you. So that is what we have for today. See the words of positivity. So that's sort of what we're doing today. Everything we do is sort of mixed media. I'm going to create what I would like to do on Monday as an example for you guys to see what I'm talking about. And then I want you to get your mixed media paper. Get napkins, fun napkins. I think I have one around here that I've used a lot. You can even just color on paper and then put that up and use that. Or you can ask Paulette Marion for all her funny napkins. Sure, she has a plethora of them. Let me get them. No, I'm not going anywhere yet. So I always collect napkins. Sometimes Target has them on clearance. So you see my butterfly sticker. So you can even do you can even do just whatever. See, these are what I'm talking about, but these are napkins. They're cute napkins. You can find them in the one spot at Target. Sometimes the Dollar Tree has them. I think Michael's has 60% off their summer seasonal, which is weird because we're just in June. I bought these for something. These are leaves. They're in the stationery section of Michael's. And then I got butterflies. This was something that I did for the kids for school, but you know, it gives you an abundance of pieces. So that's what we're looking to do on Monday. So I will write up like a list for Monday. That way it gives you time to get all of your supplies together for Monday. But, you know, be enough. Be happy. Be true to yourself. Be content with yourself because you are loved and you are enough. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. And tomorrow is about truth. So today is don't believe the hype, don't believe the lies, be positive, and be true to yourself. So on that note, I hope you have a wonderfully blessed, happy day. And thank you for watching Traveling Paints with Dots with Adrienne. Take care.